Hello there. So today we are going to be creating this slider for before and after. And there are some third-party components that might be really good, but they miss something that it's showing a component, like interactive component. So maybe doing it this way manually, it's going to help you showing more animations or interactions in deep. We will be able to see the before, the after, and reload. All right, so we're gonna start. Let's imagine we have already our section built. So once we know which the maximum size that our component is gonna have, we can just go ahead with this container, and we're gonna create a new component out of it. So I'm gonna go create component, and I'm gonna call it before and after. All right, then inside this component I can see that it's 647 pixel. I'm just gonna lock its radio, and I'm gonna proceed creating two rectangles. I'm gonna change the direction, gonna get rid of the gap. I'm gonna make it relative 100%. Relative. This is gonna be fill, and just one is gonna be relative later. Then the height is gonna be fill. Perfect. So we have our before to the left and after to the right, right? Perfect. Before and after. All right. Then inside of each frame, we have to put our image, right? But our image is going to be a frame, and here I need to have my image or component close to the top, left, and bottom sides, but this is going to be extended until the end of the project of the component. All right, I'm just gonna leave it like this, and I'm gonna put an image as a reference. So let's go and choose one image. Oh, we're gonna go for this one. I'm just gonna create with this one. Okay, and now I'm gonna go to the after. I'm gonna create one again, but this time we're gonna put it to the right, 0, 0, 0, and you're just gonna extend this, and we're gonna add a new picture. We're gonna call it I'm not gonna call anything. I'm gonna place the image. All right, then we have our image in here. Right after this one, overflow has to be hidden. All right, so now we have our two different images. I'm gonna grab the container of the left one, the before. I'm gonna transform this into relative. I'm gonna set it into 50%. Why is that? Because when I get into the before and after, I'm just gonna expand and collapse this side. I'm not gonna do anything with the other one. So to do that, I'm gonna create, before creating the variants, I'm gonna create my buttons in here. So we're gonna go here, we're gonna make it absolute. I'm gonna create a before on text. I'm gonna select my wrapper. I'm gonna create a layout. I'm gonna put it fit. Let's say it's gonna be top, it's gonna be 8, no, let's 4, 12, 4, 12. And we're gonna give a ratio of 20 maybe. So it's gonna be a pill. I'm just gonna make it white. And this button is gonna be near the edge, 20 pixels, and near the other one, 20 pixels. So left and bottom, I'm just gonna duplicate this before button. We're gonna go to this one, after button. Nice. So the same, but this time I'm gonna select this 20, and that would be, if I forgot, we gotta change this after. Amazing. And now I would like to add an icon, right? So I'm just gonna duplicate one of the buttons. For example, this one, and I'm gonna reload button. So I'm just gonna place all the buttons together, and the reload one is not gonna contain a text, but it's gonna contain an icon. And I'm gonna be using this one maybe. Refresh. Perfect. I'm gonna proceed to change the color. I'm gonna proceed to reduce its size, maybe to 20. That would work. And I'm gonna put it inside the button. Just gonna delete this one. To the icon, I'm gonna proceed to put, let me see, 4. Okay. So this one has to be a square. Perfect. Now I'm gonna move this to the top left, and I'm gonna tell Framer to keep it 20 pixels far from the edges. Awesome. So we have our main screen, and we have to think about the two other situations, one showing the before and another one showing after. So I'm gonna do here, it's create another variant. I'm gonna select my before container, and I'm gonna say you gotta be 85%. Perfect. But in here, because it's already showing the before, I'm gonna hide this before. I'm gonna put it as opacity, or not even opacity. I'm just gonna hide it. Visible, no. I'm just gonna reset this override. And for example, here in the main component, I'm gonna hide this, but in this one, the reload button, I'm gonna show this. Amazing. Now we would need to add a new variant that it's the after. So I'm just gonna put it in here. I'm gonna select my frame, my image container. I'm just gonna tell you're gonna be 15%. In this case, variant is gonna be this variant. This has to be the before button, has to be activated. So I'm just gonna go into visible. After button, I'm gonna hide it. So it would be great. And now the last thing we have to do is to connect the buttons to create our animation. So before it's gonna go to the before page component variant, and after it's gonna go to the after variant. And both reload, it's gonna go here, and it's gonna go here. Great. After, it's gonna go there, and before, it's gonna go there. So it's created automatically. That's great. Now, I think in here, the reload button has to be visible, but the opacity is 0 to have a smooth transition. Because if we go here, yeah, if you look the right and before, they disappear. So maybe we can create a smoother experience, and we can just make it visible, but opacity 0. The same in here, visible, but opacity 0. Great. And now I'm gonna select my main variant, and I'm gonna tweak a little bit the transition. I want something more smooth. I'm just gonna make it something like this. Amazing. So we're gonna test it. Before, after, before, after. Right, but the image in here is stretching too much. Let's see what happened. So this one is gonna be fill. This one, overflow, hidden. Let's see. It's still okay. So we're gonna do one thing. 0, 0. Okay. So in this case, this is not bad. The first image is okay. The first image is okay. And the after one, it's locked as well in the left. We just have to get rid of it. And now it's not gonna stretch anymore. And I forgot to activate in here our reload button, opacity, our reload button, opacity. Perfect. And there you go. That's how you create your own slide with your before, after, and reload. Now, what's the interesting part? Because there are some third-party components to do this, but what if I wanna show an interaction, or if I wanna make that hovering in here, it would activate an animation or something like that. So let's imagine we have two types of buttons, and we want to show the viewer that we made some improvements in our UI. So we can tell them, okay, this is our button before. Let's wrap it in here. Fit content. Let's make it something. And we can give an interaction of effects, hover. We're gonna just make it bigger. Not bigger, we're gonna rotate. So let's imagine our button before it was, I'm gonna change it to absolute. I'm gonna lock these properties. Amazing. So if we play, we see that we can still animate here. And if we consider going here, let's say we changed the style of our button, and now it's way better than before. We went for the dark theme, and we want to make it bigger. So now our before, we're gonna have this one. After, we can have our components interactive. So this can create a better experience for for the viewer in your website, right? Maybe you can show the user that you made a new change, and you will need to show how it feels. That would be the advantage of having this component made manually. And of course, we can test it in here, and we just have our before and after. Great. Hope you liked it, and see you next time.